All right, coaches, the summer's over, the spring's over, preseason's over, and now it's game week. Now what? Stay tuned. All right, coaches, this is Coach Colthorpe. Thanks again for joining us at 92 Meshgroup on our channel. We're really excited to have you. It's game week. Who's not excited, right? All the hard work that's been done from the spring all the way through the summer into the preseason, going to camps and clinics and watching videos like this one, all culminate on what's going to happen this week for many of us. I thought what we would talk about today is game planning in the game week, and so today's video will be about game planning in the run. The next video will be game planning in the pass. Hey, listen, if this is something that you like and it's something that you're really interested to, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to the channel. You know, we're up to almost 1,500. I think we're at $14.99 at the making of this video, so really excited. The channel was started May 15th, and it's the 19th, so in 3 months and 4 days we're at 1,500 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough, and if you'll click that little bell next to the subscribe button, you know, you'll know as soon as the videos come up, and never miss any of the content here on 92 Meshgroup. So let's talk a little bit about game planning. We're going to talk about the running game today, and there's a couple of things that I always like to look at in the running game. The first thing obviously is the box. Is it a 5-man box? Is it a 6-man box? Is it a 7-man box? Or even sometimes you get that 4-2-5 look that really wants to be an 8-man box, but you know, defensive coaches don't want to admit that they're playing 4-4 cover 3. They're, oh no, we're a 4-2-5 team, and you know, we're gonna put 2 safeties out there, and so you get, you know, you kind of get this deal, but these guys are so close that you might as well call that an 8-man box. So the first thing I always like to do is look at the box. And then I want to look at the front. Is it an over front and under front? Is it, you know, evens? You know, is it a 3 shade? You know, 0 and 2 4s, or the one that everybody's starting to see a lot of now is that 0 with the 2 4 eyes. You know, what is that? I mean, because that's going to depend on a lot what you do, and so you have to decide what kind of front you're going to get. And you know, I don't know about you guys, but in our running game, you know, I'm always looking for a +1. So, you know, if I'm getting a 6-man box, I'm going to be more of a gap man than I am a zone man, even though you can do them both. And then you have to decide, do you want to run zone to the 3 or do you want to run zone to the 1? You know, are you going to run power to the 1 or do you want to double down and run power to the 3? These are all the kind of things that you have to think about when you're looking at the front. So I want to know what kind of box I have first and foremost. Obviously, if it's an odd front, you know, I like the running game against the odd front a little bit. I saw some stuff on Twitter today. People were talking about, you know, how do you go against the stack stuff? You know, a lot of people are going to get that stack look. You know, the 3-3 stack is still prevalent and stuff like that. You know, and my answer to that is, hey, go 3-by-1. Doesn't hurt you any. You know, so go early right there, and make them declare what they're going to do. Okay, how are they going to do that? Are they going to take this free safety and roll them down and still keep a spur, you know, over on this side? I mean, because then your screen game to the 3-by-1 is good. Or are they going to bump all their linebackers and do those kind of things? And you know, even if they kind of bump everybody over a little bit, you're going to get more vanilla blitzes. So that's just kind of an idea that I like to look at when we get this 3-3 stack, is I'm going to go 3-by-1. And then once they adjust, I'll motion back to 2-by-2, and then they have to move. And then hopefully you can catch somebody not moving the right way, or use some misdirection and things like that. So, you know, you're looking at your front. Is it a 3-3 stack? Is it an over? Is it an under? And then you're going to look and decide, you know, what do I want to do with that? And so obviously your front and your count go to first thing. So that's the first thing. So the first thing will be that box. The second thing that I like to look at is, how are we going to audible? Now, I like, in particular, especially if we're running dart, if dart is kind of our run for the year, and I talked a little bit about this yesterday, when you find your identity. If you become like a dart team, you know, you want to try to run dart to the 1, and you don't want to get in a guessing game, because, you know, defensive guys say, well, we're going to shift fronts and bounce. Yeah, okay, fine. So what we like to do is give what we call a check call. So, you know, the actual play goes in, it's a dart check. You know, dart check. And so the quarterback is going to go up there, and he looks for the 1 technique. He's like, okay, we want to run it to the 1, so then he's going to signal the play to the 1. Or he'll look, if it's over here, he'll signal it to the right. And so you're always right if you have a check with me system as far as the run is concerned. But some people aren't comfortable doing that. I mean, you have to teach them how to block both ways anyway. With dart, double team on 1, base all 3s, you're still good to go. But are you going to have a check with me system so that you're always in the right play? That's the first thing you have to decide in your running game, and that's what I like to do. I like to have runs that are checked by the quarterback. That's why it's important when you're training young quarterbacks, and I'll leave a description in the video above. We talked about training young quarterbacks. Have you sat down with your quarterback and said, hey, do you know what a 3 technique is? Do you know what a shade is? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, especially with these younger kids coming from middle school. They don't really know as much as you think they do. Don't take anything for granted in that deal. So try to find out what's going on. Give them their check calls. Now, are your audibles going to be predetermined? Do you have a quick game that you want to go to no matter what? Hey, if you get up there and you see a 7-man box, we're checking to flat right now. Is that what it's going to be? Or do you give the quarterback the freedom to do that? Hey, look, if he's up there and you see that, give me out of that. Give me a 7-man box. Let's check the slant, check the flat, check the stick, whichever one you want. I mean, if you have a veteran quarterback, I know Drew Piscopo and those guys up there in Ashe County, they got a kid, he can go out there and call the game probably better than Drew. I'm just playing, but he probably can. I mean, because that's the way Drew trains him. And it's just, does that kid have the freedom to say, all right, I'm not gonna check a quick game here. I'm gonna go shallow because I just like to throw shallow. So how are you going to set your quarterbacks up in the running game to get you out of a bad situation? And I think that's the biggest thing about the air raid, and this is one of the reasons why I coach the air raid the way I do, is, we always have the, the joke around on the backside of the quick game. People say, well, coach, doesn't that, defeat the purpose? What if you get press man on both sides? And, because you always say if you get press, you're going to go to the weak side. Well, if they press me on both sides, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to run the football. Okay, because they're going to have to play cover 0, and that means they got 1 high, 6-man box. I'm going to run the football. I'll motion and run to the football and do some different things. But, anytime you can let the defense tell you what you're going to do, you're in good shape. So, we're going to look at the box. We're going to decide how we're going to audible, and then we're going to decide what running plays are best for us. And a lot of that depends on your identity. Do you have a quarterback who can run? And listen, even if your quarterback's not a burner, you have to be able to run that quarterback if you're going to be a one-back offense. If you're going to be an 11 or 10 personnel, don't be afraid to run a little bit of quarterback counter or anything like that. Or even if you go 3-by-1, like we were just showing here a second ago, if you're going 3-by-1, don't be afraid to, if they over adjust. If they over adjust on this deal, I got ends playing some everywhere right now. But if they over adjust this way, don't be afraid, to run speed option back that way. It's something just to have a quick little flip in there to keep defenses honestly. So look, as you're talking about your running game and as your game plan on your running game, these are just a couple of things that I like to look at. What kind of fronts am I going to see? What's my box count? How I want to audible. Are we going to have check with me runs, or is it going to be predetermined check game based on what's going on? And then most importantly, then lastly, what we'll look at is, who is that dominant dude over there? If they got a dude, you're going to have to figure out how to handle that. And usually what we do is we do that with the screens. Like Coach Mummy says, we're going to run them to their toes, their tongues drag, and then we're going to try to run the ball on 3rd down if we can get away with it. Hey, listen, I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Hopefully you like this video. So this is a little bit of stuff off the top of my mind. I know a lot of people aren't really interested in a lot of scheme stuff right now. If you have some video ideas or anything you want me to talk about, hit me up in the comments or DM me on Twitter at Coach Coltharp. And I hope everybody has a great season and stays healthy. And somebody had put something on one of the Facebook pages the other day, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this. They said, when you went to the air raid, what was the one thing that surprised you the most? And for me, it was how fun practice was. So I hope everybody's having fun as you spin it to win.